Hi ELF volunteers, this is Snow Tracks and Traces session, and this video is about the introduction. So snow and animal tracks and traces are pretty loosely related. So starting off the introduction by kind of tying them together about, snow is a great way to find animal tracks, and we can usually see animal tracks in the snow pretty well. And then there are some opening questions. You'll want to try to talk about both the snow questions, such as how do snowflakes form and what determines the shape of a snowflake, and the animal tracks and traces questions, such as where can you find animal tracks like snow, and is it possible to identify an animal just from its tracks? So once you guys go over some of those questions, if you decide to do the snow melt demonstration, I would do that next. So we have clear cups in the bin for you to put collected snow in, and then there are markers in the bin as well. So if you collect snow to here, you would put your line on there to mark where the snow is. And then you will put this cup to the side, maybe in the sun somewhere, to come back to during the conclusion for you to talk about how much water is in there once the snow melts. So after you draw your line to where the snow is in the introduction part, be sure to ask the kids where they think the water will come to. So then you can draw probably like littler lines. They say, oh, it's going to be here, or I think there's going to be this much water. And then during the conclusions, you can kind of discuss how liquid water is different from snow and how much space it takes up and that kind of thing. And I do probably recommend doing that before the puppet show, just so that the snow has plenty of time to melt. And then the puppet show has 6 puppets. 5 of them have speaking parts. And then there are also these tracks that are part of the puppet show. So the puppet show talks about, what tracks reveal about specific animals. And so it talks about how they move and stuff like that. So previous years recommended that one person who doesn't have a speaking part do the tracks for tracks signs. So, keep that in mind when you divvy up who's doing what based off the number of volunteers that you have. So that is the introduction part of Snow Tracks and Traces.